Okay, so the next project is Mare Nostrum, l'incubo by Stefania Casini and Pascal Hanke. Am I right? Hello.
L'altro coso? Che direzione funziona? Così? In questa direzione? Okay. Hello. Good morning. Here it is. Yes, Mare Nostrum, The Nightmare, is a project by Italian director Stefania Casini and German co-director Pascal Hanke. I am Flavia Oertwig, and I'm the German producer of this Italian-German co-production, but I'm also the Italian line producer, and we are actually starting next week to shoot this film, so I'm a little bit nervous, and also my presentation is quite poor, although our film will be, technically speaking, quite ambitious. So, no? Next, maybe. Fai tu il prossimo. Okay. Yes, it's a live-action virtual reality 360 short film about 10 minutes. We are not sure about that now. What's the film about? It's the journey of a juvenile refugee from the desert to the Mediterranean. And we will tell the story in 5 key scenes, which are telling the most biggest impact of this journey, which I call more a horror film. So it's the farewell from the mother. So this guy will never meet his mother again, and he's about 15. And then he will cross the desert. He will end up in a prison in Libya, and then he will be sold in a slave market, and he will end in the Mediterranean drowning. But don't worry, he will come up again. So the VR film is supposed to be, we are going also to do a video game which will continue the story of this guy reaching Germany. Why are we using VR? We started with this project already 2 years ago, and me and the director, we are not typical VR producers and directors, but this project started as a cross-media project based on a documentary, and we had like some pieces of virtual reality, but then we decided that, to say it a little bit badly, the subject of refugees was very saturated, and we thought it was also boring, okay? So we thought, how can we make a call for action and engage people after all this, after the media bombarded people with images of refugees. So this is why we are reducing this film and have very action-packed shots of this little key scenes. So just to give you an idea, yes, the last part, like the last part when we have the boat of these people who are trapped under deck in a boat, and they can hear that outside is a storm, and they will know that they are going to die. So for this scene, we wanted to have it all in CGI, but then we realized that we can't do it in CGI because it was far too expensive. We had to spend like 200,000 euros. So we said, okay, we are going to shoot this scene like all the other scenes. And so now we are having a huge camera coming from Los Angeles, and we are shooting the scene of the protagonist who will be drawing into the sea. Because this is what we want to achieve, is that people really engage with refugees and really get to know how it feels to be a refugee. So, and this is why we are going to use VR, because we thought it's the only way to, yes, actually have empathy with these people. And also because, I mean, especially, the funny thing is that especially in Germany and in Italy, the subject of refugees affected terribly the politics, but also we wanted to take part in the discussion to stop the creeping racism and also the wall Europe is building around Europe. So how are we going to achieve this? Exactly. We are very happy to have built an incredibly team coming from Germany and Italy, while we have the Italian part, let's say the creative people coming from cinema, and we have the German part and the American coming using, which are the VR experts. And just to give you an idea, we are using 3 cameras. We are shooting in stereoscopic, and we have 4 people just for the camera, okay? A part of assistants and stuff like that. And yes, another point which is very important is the sound, as we cannot shoot everything, like we cannot shoot the whole boat going down. So a lot of things, things we cannot shoot, we are going to use spatial 3D sound, 360 degree, from a very specialized company also from Germany. Yes, our idea is also, like we had it in the first project here, we don't only want people to view this film with glasses, we also want to present it in cinemas and in VR cinemas, of course, and in domes, and also like in planetariums and in places we can build afterwards. Yes, so who is going to finance all this? We closed our finance, so that's why we are shooting next week, and we are happy to have like 2 regional funds on board. We have the support of the Sardinian Film Commission. This is where we are shooting, and we have a church on board and another church. I forgot 1-2 foundations. Yes, it's the next picture, exactly, yes. So, yes, I mean, but as we have, of course, a lot of deferments, we are very happy if somebody wants to join still now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Very, very interesting. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's call the other author. The next project is Nel giardino della follia by Girolamo da Schio. Welcome. Hello.
Dove devo puntare? Ok. Hello everybody. In common speech, mad people are those who see, think, experience things, hear voices that ordinary people, they don't see, they don't feel, they don't experience. And that made me think a lot to the virtual reality viewer, who see things, experience sensation, and lives literally world that they can't really tell to people who never tried that virtual reality experience. This experience is called In the Garden of Madness, and is produced by Toviar from Turin and Kublai Film from Venice. It is based on the same name novel written by Edmondo De Amicis in 1902, and it recalls with the imaginary and narrative structure the Inferno by Dante Alighieri. It tells the stories of Edmondo, who goes into a psychiatric hospital visiting his wife after he locked up his wife into the psychiatric hospital. The idea is to bring the wife away, but in the hospital he gets really, really close to madness, and so he decides to get away from it. As Dante Alighieri was chaperoned by Virgilius, the main character of this virtual reality short will be chaperoned by you, the virtual reality user. Is not this project is made to celebrate this man, Dr. Franco Basaglia, which 40 years ago, with his commitment, opened up the psychiatric hospital in Italy. He opened up them, but they are still here. And they are a really powerful reliquary, a really powerful remnant of what was in Italy the psychiatric institution. Up to 1978, in fact, you could find among the people we still define now mentally ill person. You could find prostitutes, homosexual, or people who just had like alcohol addiction or nowhere to stay. Yeah, this short movie will be about 12 minutes. We'll shoot in monoscopic live action, and then we'll add some CGI. And we'll shoot here in Italy in both English and Italian. This is a magical place you can find in here near to Turin. Is the inside view of an hotel in Sestriere. Is a place where guys from Turin, they go to ski. And to me, it recalls a lot the wheels of the hell. So this is one of the place we'd like to shoot with, of course, important actors from Italy. Now we have a full treatment, a mood board, and we are seeking for locations, and alongside we are writing the script. Important thing, we'll shoot here in Italy on May next year. Yes, our target, our audience here in Italy are, of course, people and friends of people with mental illness, psychiatric doctors, and people who cares about themes we are talking about. Also, the psychiatric institution were a perfect place to lock up women's, and yeah, so it's a theme we are going to approach. And of course, yeah, since this is a virtual reality piece, we are targeting festivals and new media professionals. Here in the room are 3 of 4 persons who are still working at this project. But we are still developing the project, and we are searching for partners to do it. Here is the contact of my producer. She is here, and I'll be happy to meet you in those days. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Very, very interesting. Okay. Last but not the least project is Solar by Mihai Grecu. Am I right? Hello. Okay. That's yours.
And the PowerPoint. I will just check the other side like this. Okay. So hello everybody. My name is Mihai Grecu. I've been working as a experimental film director. So I was always using a lot of computer-generated images before. So this is my first VR project. It's called Solaire, which means in French surface to air. It's like the name of the missiles. So the concept, just switch this. Okay, the concept is to have two VR 360 stereoscopic films, which basically show the same events but from 2 points of view. And we're also thinking about having VR experience where you can actually at certain points switch between the two films. So yeah, they will be around 7 minutes each. So basically, it will be a 7-minute experience if there's 2 people watching it. And then the story. It's the next chapter. So the story is. I was always fascinated by the meeting between 2 different cultures, especially between elements that have a very strong, let's call that spiritual connection. And this time I'm gonna want to show a challenge which is kind of in the air, let's call it, because I want to show a moment where a military drone meets a trained eagle. So this was the starting point, and then it became a whole story. So the story is it's following 2 characters. One character is Aaron, who's a drone pilot in the United States, and he's flying his drone, which is somewhere in the Middle East. He's in a surveillance mission, and during this surveillance mission, he meets an eagle who's trained by a local falconer called Azad, and so after they meet, some element which I'm not going to tell about now because it's not the moment, so I can talk about the script later. But there will be a sabotage on this oil field that he's surveilling, and which is going to force them to act against each other. So right now we are working on the trailer, which is going to be actually 2 trailers. It's going to show, one is going to be the drone point of view, and the other is going to be the eagle point of view. So we're basically following the eagle in the air, and we also have the drone who's going to meet the eagle. And we are, it was a very challenging thing to do because it's kind of complicated to have a drone and an eagle flying the way that you want, also in 360 stereo. So we had some studio shooting with a real eagle, a real trained eagle. It was a very interesting experience because the eagle is a very independent animal, so he really doesn't want to do whatever he's trained to do, especially in the studio. But we kind of had what we wanted, at least for this trailer. So I think I can show you a first excerpt that I didn't show before because it was just done last week. So I think if I press 2 times, it should work. Yeah. So, okay, so this is it's a 360 video, so it's kind of difficult to show on the screen. But this is how it's going to look like from the eagle point of view. I will be in the later for the meetings if maybe I can show it differently. So you see the drone, it's coming on there. This is just an excerpt of this Eagle trailer, and well, I can talk more about the script. So basically, we are finishing this trailer in December now, and we're looking for partners or producers or distributors to make the whole film, which is going to be much longer, like 7 minutes each. So basically 14 minutes of, of VR. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.